How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to watch Boruto episode 36. Last episode, they had a parent-teacher conference.
It was a pretty funny episode. We got to see Orochimaru as a parent, so it was really amusing. If you'd like to help support our channel, our Patreon link is down in the description below. You'll get early access to all the videos that we post onto our YouTube channel, and you get full uncut reactions to the Boruto series. So if you're interested in those, make sure to check it out. We also have a second channel where we watch One Piece, so if you'd like to join us on our journey, the link will also be down in the description. Now on to the anime. 行きましょう。
それまで各自筆記用具を置くようにテスト用紙を回収する。
先生の気を引いてくれなかったらあんな簡単に問題を盗み出せなかったよ。
They were cheating.
What? How do you know that's even right?
それって反則だろ。あんた本気で言ってんの？
を調べて対策を立てるように。
って言ってたじゃない。
つまりその間に職員室から試験問題を盗み出せってことだろ。
He did?
No way.
It's kind of like the tuning exam
Yeah.
from before.
But this time they told them to cheat. Who?
Whoa.
Complete opposite of Naruto.
まあでもちょっと調子に乗りすぎかな。
一子同人。
Whoa.
あれ？何やってんだ？
Damn, that's cool.
封印術を試してみたんだけど。
みんなずいぶん余裕だな。まずはこの白い鉢巻きを身につけるように。その鉢巻きはお前たちの命。
They have to steal from each other.
Capture the flag.
試験は実戦形式で行う。会場はこの森全体。ここで今から俺たちと戦ってもらう。制限時間は24時間だ。
なんだ、試験って死の先生たちが相手かよ。余裕じゃねえか。
でもこのハマる先生は要注意でしょう。おかげを目指してる人だし。
Oh, hello.
カカシのおっちゃん。
おう、ボルト。
He's the only one that addresses him informally.
六代目って呼んでよ。
なんで六代目のおっちゃんがこんなとこにいるんだ？
なんでって俺が試験官だからね。
六代目が試験官？
嘘でしょ。
みんな落ち着けって。カカシのおっちゃんってばもう引退してんだぜ。
だから六代目。
俺たちの敵じゃねえってばさ。
問題児集団だってね。だから俺が試験官になったんだ。問題行動を起こす奴らを忍者にするわけにはいかないからね。とりあえず
He's bringing it back?
を奪えたら合格ってことにしとこうか。ちなみに鉢巻きや的を使うのは決着を明確にするため。
人数分あるんすよね。
ないよ。だからこれ一つだって言ってるの。
Oh, he's gonna do it with all of them at once.
合格者を一人しか出さねえつもりか？
嫌ならやめてもいいぞ。当然不合格になるけど。
そんな無茶苦茶あるかよ。
He's making the whole class do this?
なぜなら実戦ではどのような理不尽なことに遭遇するかわからないからだ。
先生たち怖い。
俺たちは六代目の護衛役をする。
6代目にたどり着くにはまずこっちを突破しないとね。
簡単に通す気はないがな。
お前たちの覚悟。
いいのか？そんなこと言って。
ああ、俺がいつまでも学生気分で仲良しごっこをしているケツに殻のついたひよっこどもに負けるわけがないからね。
あっという間に決めてやるってばさ。
You're right. Walks away slowly.
揃ってせっかちだね。まあいい、このままスタートするぞ。
あ、待ちなさい。
誰が仲良しごっこだ。抜け駆けはさせないぜ。
Is that Kakashi fanboy? He has a mask on.
Oh, you're right.
俺は今年こそ忍者になるんだ。
Why are they not shinobi running anymore?
Yeah, they're running normally.
They're just running like this. See, why is she the only one that's shinobi running? These guys already failed this shinobi. Like, they can't even do the run properly.
What's happening? Even Boruto's not shinobi
not
running.
even doing it. Hey.
I thought they ran faster when they did that. See, these are the true shinobis here. When?
When did he do that? Oh my god.
They got the GPS.
Shino found it.
バラバラだと楽勝ね。現術一丁上がり。あんたたち、この試験は個人戦よ。
何今の。
It came over.
俺たちをそんな簡単に突破できると思ったのかこれ。と次が来たか。
Well, there goes like half the side characters. Oh, he's running straight for them.
このハマンの兄ちゃ
ん。お前は6代目の言葉が分かってないようだな。実践ってものを教えてやるよ。おい、待てボルト。どこ行くんだこれ。
誰が待つかよ。得点が低い途中の面倒な文章問題は飛ばすって試験の常識知らねえの。
俺は
狙うは合格点のかかしのおっちゃんただ一人だぜ。
Mitsuki followed him.
いいやつだなこれ。で、お前らは行かなくてもいいのか。
委員長。
ねえ、どうやって6代目を探すの？
わかんねえけど、ま、とりあえず一番高い木の上から探してみるってのさ。
Blow them all away. Oh.
I love it when he uses that jutsu.
He counters all the bugs.
通りたければ俺を倒していけ。だがそこにたどり着くのは無理だ。なぜなら俺は
ライトン、ヘビミカズ。ボルト。
That is insane.
ここは僕に任せて。
いいのかよ。
うん。僕は先生とやりたいんだ。
あ、じゃあ先行くぜ。
おい。
行きますよ。
I would be scared fighting Mitsuki. Does he even know how to hold back?
He might actually try to kill him.
短絡的ではあるが。
Oh, she still can use the stinks.
今頃気づいた？舐めるのはスイーツだけにしておくべきだったわね。やべ、仕方ない。
Oh, what happened? So uncoordinated. Oh, they got back.
Oh, damn, they're actually teaming up.
先生に教えてもらった現実破り、うまくいきました。
あんたたちもなかなか甘くないわね。
She did it. She's back.
She's like an Orochimaru kind of mini.
こういう試験はあまり興味がないかと思っていた。
僕はボルトを助けたいし、一緒に合格して忍者になりたい。それともう一つ。
Whoa.
Is that his chakra?
あなたから学ぶことはないと言いましたが。
といけないようだ。
What? That's so scary.
Whoa.
Oh, that sick dodge. Oh no. Oh, she's not as coordinated yet.
だがまだまだ使いこなせてはいないようだ。
She could have just punched the chest thing.
Yeah, she could have just did it real quick while running by.
Yeah, I was like, boom.
Kakashi's like, I've seen that a million times. Oh, he picked it up himself. He didn't learn it off Naruto.
That's what he claims. Damn, dude, I remember Kakashi doing that before.
大したもんだよ。
ここまでできるとは。
Whoa,
さすが奴のことを言ったところか。
he knows.
そう言いながら、先生はまだ奥の手の虫を残してますよね。
試験はまだ続いている。先を急ぐという。
Everyone just knows and accepts it. Am I the only one that's like in shock still every time they mention it?
なぜなら、六代目はそんなに甘い人ではないからだ。
He doesn't even have a Sharingan anymore.
卒業する前にここまでやるとは。俺が見てきた中でもお前はずば抜けている。だがダメだね。お前は忍者に向いていない。
何？
お前には決定的なものが欠けている。
絶風賞！必殺！ボルトストリーム！
Whoa!
This is actually pretty insane. No way!
No, he got it? You're joking. Oh, it's fake.
Thank goodness.
He saw that without Sharingan.
Whoa.
だからこそお前はここで終わりなんだよ。
Skills of a Chunin?
Damn.
Damn, that's pretty impressive.
That's crazy.
Like, we know Boruto's good, but Chunin level already?
I honestly feel like he's past Chunin level based on like the jutsus he's been able to do.
Like, he's able to use lightning or add the lightning nature on the kunai.
Mm-hmm.
He's already controlling
Yeah.
like elements, right?
Yeah, that was... Yeah, they didn't actually start doing that until after the Chunin exams.
Like, way long.
Like, way after.
Is that like
Shippuden.
the Shippuden, right?
Yeah.
Where teenagers like practicing
Yeah. So the fact that he's able to do that right now, I feel like he's
in
way
the
past
academy.
Chunin level. And it's not just that, but also how easily he picks up new jutsus.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even really need to practice at all. Like, we don't really see him train at all or practice.
Yeah, they don't show it.
He doesn't do any of that. And like, based on what he says, it doesn't seem like he tries really. Like, even for his exam, he didn't even study, he says.
And he got 100.
And he got 100. So I feel like he just excels at everything and picks up everything really easily. Like, it's actually insane. Like, I think out of all the prodigies we've seen so far, maybe Boruto is like...
I mean, he's
the
up
one
there.
that excels the most.
He's up there.
Because even with like Kakashi and Itachi, like those are genius. They were geniuses, right? But I feel like even they were not picking up jutsus and stuff this easily and quickly.
the previous prodigies, they accomplished a lot. But right now, Boruto is really skilled. He is a genius.
It seems like he has more potential.
Yeah, so far he hasn't accomplished anything.
Yeah. Because I think I'm just comparing it to like flashbacks we've seen of when they were younger, right? Like for example, Kakashi when he was younger, and then Itachi when they were younger. They were not able to do crazy jutsus like this. Like
Chidori though is pretty impressive.
Yeah, like Chidori, that was crazy. That was one of them, right? But like I think Boruto being able to do all of these jutsus and picking them up really easily and quickly, I think that makes them like almost the same level or maybe even more because he doesn't try. That's the thing. Like with Itachi and Kakashi, we saw them try. I feel like with him, he doesn't even try.
Is that the thing he's lacking? Kakashi says he's lacking something.
Yeah, I think it's motivation. Everything comes so easily to him that it's like he doesn't need to actually push himself or try. So it's like despite him having all this potential, he doesn't actually train. Like remember Itachi, right? He was excellent and excelled in everything, but he still trained a lot on his own time, and he would always train and go into forest and like practice with like targets and stuff, right? Despite him already being really good, he would always do that. He would push himself. So like I feel like he maximized his potential versus Boruto's case, even though he has a lot of potential, I feel like his lack of motivation is causing him to not actually fulfill all of that.
Motivation, like you said, isn't really there. He's kind of just doing it just because he has to.
But I feel like if he was motivated or had the motivation, I think he might even be able to surpass everybody else because he doesn't. He like right now, he's almost like basically at the same level, I think, as all the other geniuses and prodigies we've seen. But in this case, it's like he's not even trying though. Like we don't see him train, we don't see him study, we don't see him do any of that. He just like I said, he just fools around with his friends. That's it. But if he was actually to try and be training, like kind of like the way Naruto was training back in the day, right? Then he would be insanely strong because of how easily he already picks up everything, and if he actually put in effort.
Maybe that's what Kakashi's talking about.
I think so.
Just him not...
And he doesn't work hard. Like, he doesn't know the definition of, I guess, working hard. Right? Like, everything comes so easily to him that he never actually had to struggle or anything. So I think that's also, like, probably an issue that Kakashi sees. Is, like, if somebody has never, struggled, how and suddenly they are put in a situation where they are struggling. Like, how would they be able to handle that if they've never actually been
how would you know if they're gonna overcome the struggle if they never struggled to begin with?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that could be an issue.
I think that is an issue for a ninja, right? Like they need to be able to make quick decisions, and like if they're ever put on the spot, make the best decision possible in that place, right? And like if Boruto is just like never had to struggle and he has suddenly placed in a position like that, he wouldn't know like what to do because he's never handled something like that, right?
Yeah, I guess that's the main issue.
And I think even with like the villains he's fought right so far, there wasn't really struggle. Like he was never on the verge of death or anything like that. He never felt like he was weak. He never felt like he was weak and needed to get stronger. I think
still felt confident.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. Because with Naruto's case, like, there were times where he would win or whatever, but he came out of those fights feeling like, I need to train, I need to get better, I need to improve myself. Like, it wasn't good enough. But I think for Boruto, he doesn't have that mindset of thinking, like, coming out of a battle and thinking, I wasn't good enough. Like, he just thinks everything is gonna flow by and always go his way, which is not the case.
Zabuza, right? They already felt the killing intent and, like, how weak they are compared to Zabuza.
Yeah.
And only Kakashi could match up to him.
Exactly.
Well, right now they're in the academy, right? But they kind of never had this kind of struggle yet.
Yeah. With like any of the people they faced. Yeah.
Like they keep talking about life and death situation. One small mistake, they'll die. But they technically never even experienced it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's peaceful now. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do this. It's hard for me to see Boruto actually motivated because it seems like he doesn't really have a goal.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. Is that everybody else have a goal, right? That's why they can do it. And like Naruto, his goal, he always had a goal.
He always had a goal, yeah. He wanted to be Hokage, but Boruto kind of just doesn't want to be Hokage.
he doesn't really know what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Like he said, he's just breezing by right now. He just wants to hang out with his friends, basically.
Yeah.
But like, and honestly, it's fair that he doesn't have any goals right now, because given his situation, like his upbringing, it wasn't bad, so he doesn't have to like prove himself. Like he has a good family, they're well off. Like there isn't really anything that he needs to strive for, really. He has friends, everybody loves him. Like there isn't really anything that's pushing him or making.
That is true.
So that's kind of like what I'm curious about, is how they're going to develop him to be like that. Because remember how I was talking about this before, and it's just like a main character isn't interesting if they already have everything, which is Boruto right now. Like no offense, he's great, right? Like I like him, but if they keep going for like the next 200 episodes and he's just no struggle with everything already given to him, and he picks up everything really easily, it's not going to be like that interesting of an anime, just because there wouldn't be development. Yeah. And that's like an important thing.
So far it seems like Sarada has more development than Boruto so far. Because Boruto has just been like popping off with new jutsus out of nowhere, and then we're just like, what the frick? Like we know he's a genius, and they don't really show like him training or anything. I'm assuming he trains because he has these powers all of a sudden, right? But Sarada actually has struggle, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see how they're gonna make Boruto to be a true shinobi, like how they want him to be. But maybe that'll be them introducing opponents or missions or whatever, however they're gonna try to do it.
Actually, like you said, I think Sarada is actually a little bit more interesting right now for me personally than Boruto is, just because we saw like her backstory and how she was struggling. Yeah. And like you said, it almost feels like Boruto, when he pulls out a new jutsu, it doesn't feel like as hype, you know, because it's almost like it's expected of him now that he can easily master all these things. There isn't really a training period or struggle period.
Well, based on how they're showing us. He's just pulling jutsus out of nowhere, and we don't see him train for it. It's kind of like effortless. You're kind of surprised in the beginning, like where the hell did he learn this? But eventually you're like, okay. You kind of accept it, like he's just doing these jutsus out of nowhere.
Like it's almost unsatisfying to see it because we don't know where it came from. Whereas with Sarada, she we seeing her develop each thing. Like with the Sharingan, we didn't know she had a Sharingan. Now she suddenly has a Sharingan, and then they showed her kind of training and practicing using the Sharingan, and then it wasn't perfect, and then eventually she was able to use it better. Like I think those things added up for that, but with Boruto we haven't seen that at all. He hasn't struggled at all, so that's why I'm just wondering at what point or how they're gonna try to make him more like interesting, because so far there hasn't really been development.
I think this might be the turning point. I feel like Kakashi is kind of like really pushing it into Boruto. Like he's lacking in that motivation, right? Because he's not really trying.
But that's the issue I'm like thinking right now, is what is going to be his motivation.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's like, what I don't know.
What's gonna spark it for him? What's gonna make it like Kakashi kind of like failing him? Is that gonna trigger Boruto to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be Hokage. I'll show you. Like I'll be a great ninja. Like is Boruto failing gonna spark him to try harder in a sense, or will it be like some kind of rivalry, like how Naruto had Sasuke and had this rivalry to push each other? Boruto kind of right now doesn't have a rival. Like Mitsuki is freaking strong as hell, but they're not rivals.
Yeah, Mitsuki's just helping him.
Yeah, Mitsuki's just helping him. Mitsuki's like really strong already. I don't think they really compete in that sense. I actually never even see Boruto compete. Maybe with Sarada, but they don't really.
I think they just like bicker. I don't.
Yeah,
really
they're not
think
training in that sense. They're kind of just like.
There isn't like that tension that Naruto had with Sasuke.
Yeah, like when you need to push yourself to be stronger, kind of like what Naruto was saying, like rivals, competitive nature. Kind of Boruto and Sarada kind of have that, but it's not towards training.
It's kind of hard for me to see right now what they're gonna use to
me too.
Motivation, because prior Naruto and Sasuke, they had like traumatic experiences growing up. That's why they grew up with so much motivation, right? Is to fix everything that they've been through. But in this case, Boruto, like I said, his life so far has just been a cruise, a ride for him.
Like time's different. Like technically, Boruto doesn't even need to be shinobi. Like he doesn't have to be shinobi. He can technically like, pursue whatever the hell he wants, right? But it's just that Boruto is about to. The show is gonna make him shinobi, right? And for him to fit this role for Kakashi to like pass him, right? Like where he's gonna get this motivation, this inspiration, like out of nowhere. He needs to. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Cause the thing I see it is like even if Kakashi fails him in this case, I don't know if he will learn his lesson or like find. Because the lack of motivation is still there, right? And like if Kakashi were to fail him here, I feel like he would see it more as like, why are you failing me when I excel at everything?
Yeah, I feel like he would just be kind of
bitter about it.
Bitter and kind of angry that he got failed, but kind of I don't know if he would see why he got failed. Maybe Kakashi would tell him. I don't know if he realized yet, because so far he hasn't been struggling. Like honestly, he's kind of just riding the wave. So if he fails here, he'll kind of be confused. Kind of like when the previous students that do Kakashi's test and Kakashi would fail them and they'll be like, what the frick, why are you failing me, right? The test is rigged kind of thing. But Kakashi doesn't really tell them. He just tells them you're going back to the academy. He doesn't tell them like what they're lacking.
They have to figure it out.
Yeah, so in this case, I don't know if Kakashi's going to even tell Boruto what he's lacking.
That's true. And then you have to figure out that himself, which is difficult.
Yeah, maybe this would be Boruto's first struggle. Like maybe he actually will fail.
Yeah.
Like I didn't actually expect him to fail, but maybe the story will push him that route and fail him.
So like
that'll be his first struggle, kind of.
So like physically, he's keeping up with and excels.
Yeah, physically,
but mentally, he's
basically
it'll be like mental development.
Yeah, but he needs to grow up in that sense because they're saying he's just like fooling around, right? Like he is a genius, but he's not taking anything seriously. So maybe this is development.
This is the development.
Like Kakashi is the development.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Yeah.
I guess. Like I can't think of anything else, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, or maybe like Naruto and them will somehow warn the villagers about the aliens or something. So far, no one knows. Like the academy students, like the young people, don't know that they need to train, gotta get stronger. That there's a threat coming. To Earth, right? Yeah. So maybe some kind of encounter or leaked information. Yeah, maybe make him more motivated. Something to let them know, like he's not gonna always be safe or peaceful or whatever. Maybe that will motivate them because they do have a point with I think was it Shin Uchiha? It's like talking about like they need kind of like what is it? A rival, like threat or some kind of
he said war makes me
some kind of obstacle for people to strive to get stronger. I guess that does make sense in a way, besides like Naruto saying like friendship also rivalry will also make people grow, but at this point like they don't have that, right? So for them to have like a definite thing like, oh, we don't know when these monsters are gonna attack us, like train every day or something, you know, like be on your toes kind of thing, then maybe they'll
feel like
want
Naruto
to try hard.
Would not
they're not gonna do it. Like they're not gonna freak everyone out, but maybe they'll
Boruto will have some kind of encounter, or maybe with his eye. You think maybe like with his eye he either like sees something and then like senses something,
because he does have the eye. Like it has to do something with that weird alien stuff. So that's the thing, right? Motivation is so hard. Like, how are you gonna motivate Boruto? Like, how you even motivate him? He needs to find it himself. He can get inspired. Like, he can get inspired by someone or something to make him, or the will to protect. Like, if he needs to protect his friends, kind of like how Naruto had to like protect his friends.
Oh yeah.
He needed to be stronger, right? But currently, there's no threat.
Actually, that could be the motivation, because you know how earlier you were talking about, maybe if those aliens become a threat, then that will push Boruto to become stronger in order to protect his friends.
That's true. He does care about his friends a lot.
He cares about his friends a lot. So I think maybe that might be a motivation for him. It's like friends and family. Maybe the aliens will attack. I don't think they'll attack right away. I feel like they'll send like a message.
Do you think they'll attack like when he's older, or do you think they're gonna attack when they're young?
I feel like when
you
they're
think it's
older,
soon? Like,
yeah.
do you think it's the next few episodes? Like,
No.
boom, all of a sudden, like an alien's gonna pop out?
No,
of the
I
sky
feel
or
like
something?
it'll be later. I think it's when they're old.
But wouldn't he lack the motivation? You know what we were talking about? Like, if he needs to protect his friends and stuff, then there needs to be a threat. So does that mean the aliens are gonna attack her?
That's why I'm saying like maybe there's some kind of message or they know something about
warning?
it. Like they'll know that something's coming, but they don't know when. So then that'll keep them motivated to do something. But I don't feel like it'll happen immediately because they're so young right now. They're not going to be able to do anything. And since they're the main cast, I'm assuming these guys are actually going to be the ones fighting, not like Naruto and them. Like they'll probably just be backup. But I don't know.
Backup?
I don't know.
No way, man.
But no, like not as. It's crazy for me to say that because we know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the show wouldn't be Boruto. It's just Naruto and Sasuke come fight like the final boss and everything, right? I'm assuming they're like one of the main bosses in this show.
I feel like if Naruto and like Sasuke somehow is not able to defeat the aliens, I feel like it's game over.
But the thing
at
is,
this point, right?
I feel like no. I feel like it depends on like Boruto and their generation. Aren't they hinting that they have potential to go surpass them?
Skill
right now?
wise, they have the potential to go beyond them, but we're talking about like the main character hack with them being the reincarnations of Indra and what was the other guy?
Ashura.
Hashira, right?
Ashura.
Like if they don't have that mark thing on their hands, they don't have all this power, they don't have tail pieces anymore. Like
that's true.
I would be really surprised later on in Boruto and somehow they have this kind of power. I don't know how they're gonna give him. Like he has his eye. Boruto has his eye. Sarada still can maybe develop some kind of like Sharingan mutation. Or I don't know, like get his dad's Sharingan or something. I don't know, but in that sense, yeah, I can see it. But as of now, I don't see the younger generation being strong. Skills wise, yeah, they're freakishly strong compared to Naruto and Sasuke when they're younger. Like their generation, like their potential is really high right now. But skill cap wise, like power wise, I don't see them there.
For me, the why I see it is because Kaguya was scared of these guys, and then Naruto and Sasuke defeated Kaguya, and they were struggling with Kaguya, right? So it's like I feel even with the Ashura Indra powers, they were still struggling to fight Kaguya. So my theory is that in order to defeat these alien guys, somebody else has to do it, not Naruto and Sasuke. They already struggled with Kaguya, who is significantly, apparently weaker than these guys, right?
That's true.
So it has to be somebody else. And like at this point, Naruto and Sasuke, they already have everything. Like they're not even main characters anymore, right? They're not gonna give them new skills, new juices, new development. So that means my theory is that Boruto and them have to be the ones that become stronger than Naruto and Sasuke in order to fill it. I know it sounds ridiculous saying that, but I feel like that's what they have to do because it wouldn't make sense like from an anime anime plot wise.
From plot wise, it does not make sense. Like you said, if they call the show Boruto and Naruto is stronger than Boruto, I'm assuming at one point Boruto will overcome Naruto and Sasuke. But for now, I don't see it. I don't like.
It's hard to imagine, but I feel like that's where they're.
Maybe when to get to that point, I would be like, "Wow, this is amazing! Like, how the hell is he doing this?"
Yeah.
He'll like blow my mind, but as of now, like it's really hard to believe someone being stronger than Naruto and Sasuke, right? Even with the hit and miss, the Seven Swordsmen, like we're gonna start a war, like with what army? Like Naruto and Sasuke saved the world, and you guys are trying to start a war, right? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Peace.